there, good looking. Stick around if you want a total body strength workout that will help build the bone density, increase your strength of your muscles, as well as increase the strength of the connective tissue and work mobility. Now, if you're part of my Fit in 15 challenge, welcome to day 5. This is awesome. And if you have absolutely no clue what the hell I'm talking about, hey, get in on the fun the next time I run a free challenge for the YouTube community by doing these 2 things. First, click subscribe, and then second, this is the most important one, is click the notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know the next time I run a free challenge for the community. Deal? Awesome. All right, so while you click those 2 buttons, let me chat about the tools you will need for today's workout. I want you to grab an assortment of dumbbells ranging from light to heavy, and then if you have sensitive knees, perhaps grab a pillow as well, because near the end of the workout we are doing some half kneeling poses, and you may want some extra cushion under the knee. All right, excellent. Lace up those runners and let's go get warmed up. Hello there, hey, welcome. I'm PJ from fitnesswithpj.com, and I help women over the age of 40 reclaim the tush, as well as many other muscles of their 20s. Hey, listen, I have been a personal trainer, health coach, fitness instructor for 25 years now. I'm 50 years old myself, and that's why I started this channel. So it is pretty damn awesome to have you here. Now we are gonna get warmed up, and as usual, if you've been in my workouts in the past, as we warm up, I'm gonna chat about what we're about to do, and then boom, we are diving right into that strength workout. So let's start with feet apart, abs engaged, some big arm circles. I want you to go backwards though, and then really exaggerate this range of motion. We wanna feel the joints moving there in the shoulders. So we have, what do we have? I've got the workout just to my right here. 3 circuits that we're going to be going through using an assortment of dumbbells. So I want you to switch out dumbbells as you need to through the workout, remembering that you want to challenge the muscle, because that is how we build the muscle and build the bone. And 2 rounds of 40 seconds is on the clock for all circuits. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now, feet just a bit wider than the shoulders, knees are turned out. Let's take it down into a squat. Go as deep as you can, and then come up and lift up off the heels. Do it again. When we squat, we're hinging from the hip, neutral spine, head up and chest up. Perfect. By lifting up off of the heels, we're getting into the ankle joint, also focusing and working balance a bit as well. And then just breathe. You just have to sit back and enjoy moving your body for the next however long this workout is. I never know until I'm in editing phase. Oh, okay, it was 30 minutes, awesome. Or, oh no, it was an hour, whoops. I never try to go for a full hour. It's really hard for people to fit in an hour of exercise. And my whole concept is I want you to be consistent with your workouts. That's how we see results. Last 2, and 1. Good job. Single leg kick out. So I want you to take your right leg, extend it back in hip extension, opposite arm, extend it. Now kick the foot up to the hand and tap the foot behind. So trying to keep the leg fairly straight, feeling that dynamic length in the hamstring as we kick up. And then after the workout, we'll do a lovely stretch. So don't you worry. You're gonna get the full meal deal with this workout. Last 3, 2, 1 more. 1. Here we go, other side, kick it. Now, if you're part of the Fit in 15 challenge, we did a pretty brutal leg workout yesterday. So you might be a little sore, so this will be a good little warm up for you. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, side to side leg swings. If you want to hold on to something, that'll actually help you. I'm going to tap my toe periodically to get my balance, but we want to get the hip in a side to side motion, get those hip muscles warmed up. Last 2, and 1. All right, other side. And again, it's probably better if you can hold on to something. I could, but then I'd have my back turned to you, and that's just rude. So I'll do this. Good, softness in that stabilizing leg. Beautiful. Last 3, 2, and 1. Alternating reverse lunges. You bend that back knee as low as it feels comfortable for the knee, but I want you to lift the arms up. Elbows brushing by the ears there. If you can get the back knee down all the way to your ground and sort of go into a bit of a high lunge here, that would be awesome. But again, it's all up to how it feels for your knee. So this may be where this feels comfortable for you. Up to you. 4 more. 1 more each leg. Last one. Release. Come down onto all 4s. If you have sensitive knees, maybe grab that pillow. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, left hand behind the left ear. Now bring that left elbow to touch the inside of the other elbow, and then rotate and twist from the bra strap up and look up, and then do it again. So T-spine rotation here. Warming up the upper back, mid-back area. Follow your gaze, follow the elbow with your gaze. 4 more. Last one. Left hand under wrist, right hand light behind the ear. Same thing this side. And then, hey, pay attention. Is one side more restricted? This happens with day-to-day life. We create these tightnesses, and that doesn't mean you can't work them out. Muscle tightness is just like muscle strength. Stay consistent with your program, the magic will happen. Last 3, 2, 1 more. 1. Big toes together, knees are open, arms are extended in front, rock the hips back, and then shoot them forward, let them drop into a little bit of extension in the spine, and do it again. Getting deeper into the hip with this one. Last 4, 3, 2, 1 more. 1. Seated position. Right leg is in front. Ankle lines up with the knee, knees in line with the hip. So this is a 90 degree position. Now we want the other leg in a 90-degree position. Performing a 90-90 mobility series here. So this back knee and hip are aligned, and then ankle and knee aligned. Beautiful. Hands can come behind to help situate yourself upright. Keep the feet on the ground for me. Windshield wiper the knees to the other direction, and then do it again. Now if you'd like, you can add a lean forward towards that front shin. So you'll square yourself to that front shin and then lean into it. You're probably gonna move on this. I'm already shifting off of my mat. That's totally normal. Just reposition yourself. But we're getting deep into the hip here. Warming them up. Getting some mobility into the hip joints. Let's do 1 more each side. And release, come on up. Awesome job. All right, if you need a sip of water, go for it now. I'm gonna demo our first circuit of strength moves. Okay, for move number 1, we're playing with the tempo a little bit as well as the time under tension that the muscle is in. We'll hold on to 1 heavy dumbbell, feet are wide, toes are turned out. Sumo squat. We'll drop it down as low as you're able to and then come up halfway and then go down again and then drive up. So that's 1 rep. From there, we'll follow suit on the ground for a chest press. Heavy dumbbells preferably if you can in each hand. Hips are up to work into the glutes and pressing. From there, we'll get rid of the dumbbells. Get into tabletop position, pull the abs in to anchor that low back into your mat, and extend one arm and the opposite leg, keeping that low back anchored onto your ground. So at any time if that low back lifts, that's where you stop with the lowering of the arm and leg. That's going to train into the core. It's a really great move, and I just love the name of it. It's called a dead bug. And then we'll come on up, switch out to little lighter dumbbells for the back muscles, leading more with the thumbs. We're going to let the thumbs come up and do an upright row pattern, okay? Do you remember the first one? Of course you do. You're awesome like that. Sumo squat. Heavy dumbbell for me. All right, now we'll hold the dumbbell here, okay? Toes are turned out. Remember, you sink down and then come up halfway and then sink down again. Let's give it a try. Ready? Sink down low as you can. Knees track with toes. If you can, get those elbows touching your thighs. Now come up halfway, sink back down again, and push through the heels, come up again. There you go. Down, half, lower, up. Neutral spine. Your torso is fairly upright on a sumo squat. Feet are wide so the hips will allow for that. Now we're switching out. We're grabbing heavy dumbbells for each hand for chest press coming up. So working the muscles of the lower body as well as our core. Hip bone being affected here. Time. All right, grab that heavy, one in each hand, on your back for me, lift the bum up. Now get the elbows so they're lined up with the shoulders and wrist over elbows. From here, straighten the arms, touch the dumbbells above the chest and lower back down to the back of the arm hitting your ground. Working into your pecs, front shoulder and triceps. We also get the glutes and core involved with this bridge pattern. And the bone being affected here into the shoulders. Back of the neck is long. If you find you can do a lot of reps here, oh sister, you don't have heavier enough dumbbells. So I need you to make sure you're lifting heavy enough to challenge the muscles we're working. Otherwise, what the hell's the point? Time. Lower the bum down. Let's just move these dumbbells out of our way and then get into that tabletop position. Now pull your abs in so that belly button is being drawn towards the spine. Slowly drop one arm leading with the thumb to the back of your head there, behind your head. Straighten the other opposite leg and then pull it back and other side. So the whole idea of this movement is we are keeping that low back anchored on the ground. And we're moving our limbs going, hey, come on back, lift up, I dare ya. But our abs are engaged and not allowing that to happen. So this is a core movement and a bit of a coordination movement too, right? No doubt about that. Now when the timer goes, we need our moderate sized dumbbells. Time right now, standing. I'm gonna use 10s. Now abs engage. Pull up. When we pull up, we want those thumbs higher than the pinky when we get to the top part of the contraction. Yes. So upright row pattern, but we aren't keeping the dumbbells together and leading with the elbows, okay? That leads to shoulder impingement. So if you see that on other workouts, don't do it, okay? Get the thumbs up higher. We'll work into the posterior chain of the body without any problems or issues to the shoulder. So those are our moves. We take it back to that sumo squat when the timer goes. Again, time. These should be heavy near the end there. All right, one heavy dumbbell. Toes turned out, feet are wide. Now drop it down low. Come up halfway, go down low again, and drive up. Good. So they call this time under tension training. So our quads, glutes, and hips are under tension for a little longer than normal, stimulating a little bit more growth in the muscle and the bone there. We also work a bit mobility, don't we? Because we have to go wide with the stance, open up those hips. We're not bouncing with this, full control. Chest press coming up. Time. All right, chest press. Bum up so I still get those glutes working. I'm bossy like that. Elbows lined up with shoulders, wrists over elbows, and go. Again, you want to make sure you're lifting heavy enough. Should be starting to get a struggle now. Feeling that weight into the pecs and arms and shoulders. Hips up high. Time. All right, dumbbells off to your side, dead bug. Where's our setup? Legs in tabletop. Now pull the belly button in towards the spine and opposite arm and leg. Lowering down as low as you can still maintain that low back anchor to your mat. So this workout is perfect for all levels because advanced people, you'll be lifting heavy dumbbells, right? Beginners, lighter dumbbells. So this enables all fitness levels and ages to get this workout in. So if you're finding it too easy, you need heavier dumbbells. We're standing for upright rows coming up. Time. All right, rock yourself up. Standing position. You grab what dumbbell's going to do the trick for you. Bend those legs so to pick up those dumbbells. Slide up. Thumbs higher than pinkies. Good. Dumbbells are apart. Upper body is in neutral spine. Chin's tucked in. Nicely done. We're moving on after this. Oh, I feel those shoulders. Woo, baby. Time. All right, let me quickly demo the next series of moves. The first one's a low alternating lunge. So for the lunge, you go as low as it feels comfortable for you, and then the low part is when we come into rest position. So I'm sinking into a half squat here, and then I'll step back and go into a lunge a little deeper and stay in that half squat as I alternate my lunge pattern. That might not work for you, at which point you'll come upright with each lunge. You can also get rid of the dumbbells, and as I said, if you have sensitive knees, you just won't bend that back knee as much. No problem. Chest fly is the next. So moderate dumbbells, elbows pointed out, we open and close, moving only through our shoulder joint on this one, not through the elbow. All right, from there, plank shoulder taps. We can be on the hands, feet apart, alternating shoulder taps, keeping that core tight, those hips stable. You can modify it, on the knees. You can also come onto the forearms if on the hands bothers the wrists. And if you're really sensitive in the shoulders and you're like, forget it, PJ, that ain't for me, then I want you to come into a V-sit, okay? And then from there you can alternate in shoulder tap. Deal? Excellent. And then our final move for our back muscles, here's a real important tip. We want feet hip width, neutral spine, our light or moderate dumbbells, thumbs are pointed up, and reverse flies. All right, perfect. So low reverse lunge, first movement pattern. You can stay low or come on up after every rep, totally up to you. Here we go, sink down, step back, lunge, stay low, lunge. So staying low means I'm time under tension, even more for the glutes and hamstrings. And the quads. I feel the quads. You can come up each rep. You don't have to bend that back knee as much, and you can also get rid of the damn dumbbells. So those are your options. Chest flies coming up. Time. On your back, moderate dumbbells. Feet planted, knees bent. Now bend the elbows out like you're giving somebody a big hug, and open and close. When you open, you still have that slight bend or that bend of the elbow. Palms are going to face the center of your body the entire rep. Back of the neck is long. Working into the pecs and front shoulder here. Now we have that plank coming up. Remember though, if you don't like planks, you can hold that V-sit. What you can't do though is leave. You're stuck with me till the end. Time. Okay, here we go. So plank on the hands or forearms, knees or toes. If you're on the toes with me, I want the feet apart. Keep those hips quiet, and then lift up one hand and lower. Do your best, okay? If you've got to take longer breaks in between, go for it. If you're able to touch the shoulder without any issues, I want you now to make sure those hips are even quieter, so there's no shifting of the hips. Light dumbbells for standing reverse flies coming up. Time. Woo! That is a good one. When you do it right, man, can you feel your core? Bend the knees to get your dumbbells. Here we go. Feet hip width apart. Hinge from the hips. Neutral spine. Upper body parallel to your floor. Now, bring the arms underneath you. Turn your thumbs away from you and lift up, forming a half circle. When you lift up, the hands are lined up with your shoulders. You're not coming down towards your hips. Working into your mid-back and upper back muscles here. Remember to keep that neck in line with the spine as well. And once again, make sure you're maintaining neutral spine. Taking it from the top with our low lunges when the timer goes. Time. All right, switch out the dumbbells if you need to. Maybe a pair heavier. Maybe a pair of heavy. Low lunge. Join me on that, or come up after every rep. Chest flies coming up. Woo, Bernie. Time. That gets a little Bernie in the quads, doesn't it? All right. Knees bent. Hands are above the chest. Elbows point out. Open and close. And from there, adjust the rest of the body. Back of the neck is long. So not a lot going on with the elbow joint on a chest fly. Same with the reverse fly. You want the movement pattern to come through the shoulders. So in this instance, we're isolating more pec and front shoulder muscle, anterior deltoid. Plank or V-sit, time right now. So again, you got that option, right? V-sit if the plank, you're just not feeling it. I get it, I totally get it. Come on up, isolate that core, don't let those hips shift. I will always show different exercises in my workouts. If you're new to my channel, this is how I roll, man. Because I am well aware not everything works 100% of the time when we're over 40. So you showed up, so I want to honor that and give you movement that's going to feel good for you. Standing reverse flies coming up. Time. All right. This one, you'll probably want your lighter dumbbells. Again, make sure you bend, lift with your legs to get those dumbbells. Feet hip width apart, hip hinge. Knees are bent, thumbs pointed away from you, and lift and slowly lower. So when you lower, don't let gravity take over and the dumbbells come and clang underneath your chest there. Control it. Breathe. We're moving on after this, so let's make these last few reps of the reverse flies super pretty. Time. Great job. All right. You want your light and your moderates for the next series. We're down on the ground, and this is where we'll be half kneeling on a couple of the movements. So if you need that pillow, grab it. I'm going to show you the movements first, and then we'll go through it, and I'll coach you just like we've been doing. First, I need a sip of water. All right, we're going to work the smaller muscles of the upper body now. Starting with the triceps. Cross body tricep extension. So we'll start with our straight arm, our right arm. Anchor it with the left. Bring that hand towards the left shoulder and then press away. So my palm is facing my knees on this one, going across the body. Then we'll do the other arm. From there, come into a half kneeling, shoulder press, okay? And then we'll take the other leg forward, just for variety, for half kneeling, bicep curls. Now, if the kneeling really aggravates your knees, hey, stand, okay? I just essentially wanted us to keep us close to the ground for this series, but if you've got to stand or sit in a chair beside you, hey, go for it. It's your workout. You do it, you do you. Okay. Let's grab a dumbbell. I'm going to try 10 actually for this tricep one. Why not? What's the worst that could happen, right? Other than the dumbbell falling on my head. Okay, so we want the palm facing the knees. Yes? Are we all on the right arm? Okay, good. Palm facing the knees, arms straight up, lined up with that right shoulder. All right, back of the neck is long. Now, anchor yourself with that left arm, and now bring that hand across, touch the dumbbell to left shoulder, and extend it straight up. Now we don't want to move through the shoulders. So the last round of movements, we wanted to only move through the shoulders and keep the elbow still. Reverse on this one. I want you to keep the shoulders still and just move through the elbow. And we're working in the back of the upper arm, your triceps, which tend to be a weaker arm on us women. So I will always train the triceps whenever I do a total body or upper body workout. All right, other side, ready, set, and go. Now, if you feel that you can let go and not anchor that arm, by all means, I find the anchoring does help. It gives you that reminder to keep the elbow and shoulder aligned and don't let that elbow travel. But once you got that, hey, get rid of that hand and work the stabilizers in this left arm a little bit more. So we're going to grab a pair of light or moderate dumbbells, half kneeling position for shoulder presses coming up. Time. All right, rock yourself up to a seated position, half kneeling or standing. Okay, you grab which pair of dumbbells are going to work for you. Hands facing away from you, press straight up and back down to shoulders. So now the triceps are assisting on this movement, so you're really going to feel the back of the upper arm with this, as well as your shoulders. Oh yeah, triceps are burning. I love it. I love it when my muscles burn. You too? Ah, I knew you were sick and twisted like me. Time. All right, so maybe you can switch out to heavier dumbbell for these bicep curls. Let's switch the other leg in front though, and start with the palms facing me. Now curl up to the shoulders, and now rotate the palms so they're facing each other and finish in a hammer curl. Okay, so palms facing me, rotate hands to shoulders, palms facing each other, lower down, don't swing. So there's two heads to the bicep. By rotating our grip like we're doing, we'll hit both heads. When the timer goes, one more round of each. Woo, getting a good pump in the old biceps. Time, all right, across body, triceps. Palm facing your knees, arm extended above the shoulder. Bring the hand down to the left shoulder and straighten. Not moving that right shoulder at all. We're just hinging from that elbow joint. Oh, I love the feel of the triceps when they start to burn. Time. Let's do the other arm. So where's our setup? Arm straight above that left shoulder now. Not going to move that left shoulder. Here we go. Bring the hand down. Dumbbell touches the right shoulder and extend the arm straight. So this workout is labeled to increase bone density. But let me give you a tip. Any strength training workout, when you're lifting with weights that are heavy enough to stimulate change in the muscle, will help build bone density, including higher impact activities like running, walking, higher impact jumping aerobics, that type of thing. So if you want more workouts specific to bone density, I want you to head to my channel and take a look at a playlist. Time. Half kneeling, shoulder presses, a playlist I created called Strength Workouts. And any of those would work for you. Here we go, palms facing me, and press straight up above the head and lower down. Now, any woman over the age of 50 should be strength training 3 times a week. Not only will this help us increase our bone density, it will also help keep the added pounds that can happen after menopause at bay, because we're increasing our lean muscle tissue, which burns more calories at rest. So if I were to say, what exercise should you do the most over the age of 50? Cardio or weights? Well, if I had to answer, I would say weights. Time. Other leg forward, bicep curl. That's not to say though that cardio isn't important. It is. Now palms facing away, and curl up. Now palms facing each other and slowly lower. I have a Patreon community and they get workout calendars every month where I program the workouts so that they see results best. And I always have 3 strength workouts every week and 2 cardio, which are more of a HIIT style or Tabata, so they don't have to go as long to get the benefits that they're looking for. And then 1 optional workout if they want. And that's the way I train as well, and that's the way I train all my clients. The science is behind it, it works. Time, we did it. All right, I want you to grab a little sip of water. We will stretch out the muscles and then you can continue on with your day. Okay, let's start back down on the ground. Let's get into the hip flexors. So, situate yourself so the right leg's slightly in front. Back knee and hip are aligned. Lunge forward just a bit, but you still want that back hip and knee aligned. Now tuck the tailbone under of this left side. Take the left arm in between the shoulder blades and then grab onto the elbow. and lean away so we get into the triceps as well as into the lats, into the hip flexor. So well done. That's a pure strength workout, no cardio. So if you want some cardio, hey, head to the channel. Even better, subscribe and click that notification bell. That way I can let you know every time I release a new workout here on YouTube. Release, other side. All right, back knee and hip aligned. Lunge forward just a bit and then tuck that tailbone under on that right side. Squeeze that right glute. Right hand in between the shoulder blades. Gently pull it down and then lean away from that right hip. Now, if you've done my workouts in the past, and if you're not part of our Patreon community, hey, we would love to see you there. For as little as $3 a month, you can help us keep the workouts here on YouTube because it is solely due to the support of people on Patreon that I can have this YouTube channel. So I'm truly grateful to them. And if you do the workouts, hey, I would be grateful to you if you checked it out. Everything you need to know is down below, the link, and then you could head into Patreon and read more on it. Release. Take yourself into a seated position for me. Both legs extend out. Inhale the arms straight up. Exhale, fold forward. Now when we fold forward, we want to fold through the hips, okay? To feel the stretch into the hamstrings. So you might even want to place the hands behind you to give yourself that reminder that what we're not doing is rounding the upper back. We want to hinge through the hips to get the length in the hamstring. Gaze is just past your toes. Good. Back of the knees pressing down into your mat. And release, lying down. Right ankle crosses over left thigh. Right here might be enough of a stretch for you, but if you want to take a bit deeper, pull in for figure 4. Hands behind that left thigh. And then pull that left knee in towards the outside of your left shoulder. You'll get a better stretch in the right glute and hip. Back of the neck is long. Maybe if you had that pillow, you can place the pillow under your head just to ensure. And release. Now place the hands behind that right leg, flex the foot, and straighten the leg, and then bring the heel down. Good, we're gonna do this 8 times. Just a dynamic lengthening of the hamstrings. And if you can't grab behind the thigh like I did, interlacing, no worries, let it go until you can straighten that leg. 1 more. And foot on the ground. Left ankle over right thigh. Pull that right knee in, line it up with the outside of that right shoulder, and then settle yourself in. Back of the neck is long. Try to relax the rest of the muscles as well. You might not even be aware of it. Maybe your jaw is clenched or your shoulders are up to your ears. Just do a little mental check through the whole body. Right foot on the ground, hands behind that left thigh as best you can. Flex the foot and straighten it, and then heel to bum. Last 2. And bring both knees into the chest, stretch out your glutes, maybe even rock the knees side to side. That might feel good for your low back. Play around with it. So thank you again for showing up and for putting in your best. I truly appreciate it. I hope you do click the subscribe so that we can keep working together. And if we do, you do come visit us on Patreon and support the channel. Rock yourself up to a seated position. And bravo, we did it. Thanks again for joining me, and a big mwah to you. We'll see you next workout. Double high five. Good job.